Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to bring you the October 2024 horoscope for the zodiac sign of Leo. Hello, Leos. Here we are. It's our turn. I don't think I really actually put it together in my head before starting this that I was talking about us right now. Let's dive right in and see what's in store for us for October. It's already October 13 on the day that I'm recording this, so I'm trying to make these kind of quick and straightforward. Excuse me. So we'll just kind of dive right in. It's Libra season, starting out the month. Libra season for Leo, it makes a harmonious sextile to you. So Libra and Leo tend to like each other. I have so many Libras in my life that I can vouch for the fact that I get along with Libras really well. I've worked with a lot of Libras. I've done a lot of creative projects with a lot of Libras. I just have a lot of close friends. Happy birthday to all of you. I mean, Leos are watching this, but still, like, if you're a Libra dominant person and you're watching this, happy birthday. I just got out of a birthday party today, so there's more coming. The area of the horoscope that Libra hits for Leo is the third house, which is the house that represents communication and how we learn in a simplified way, our thinking, our perspectives. It also is the area of the chart that rules neighbors and siblings. And so those types of relationships come up for us when this house is highlighted. So starting out October, every year, the sun is hitting this part of the horoscope for Leo. And then this year we have Mercury here as well, starting out the month. So, Mercury is the ruler of the third house. And so having it here, it heightens up our need to grow around communication. Mercury in Libra really wants there to be fairness and equality in communication. It can also sometimes be conflict avoidant, more passive, or more people pleasing. Sometimes it can be more argumentative on the quest for fairness and communication. So there's a lot of those themes here during the month of October. The other thing that we have happening starting out October is Venus in Scorpio. Now, Scorpio makes a square to Leo, which is a hard aspect, so it does cause some friction. The house that Venus is hitting starting the month out is the fourth house, which is the house that's connected to home and family. And even though there's a square aspect and Venus is in her detriment here, Venus is a blessing wherever she's passing through. So Venus passing through the fourth house does bring blessings to the home and family. However, it still is in a little bit of a hard aspect and she is in detriment. So there might be some things that come up around that could still be triggering or, something that you're having to work through. Scorpio energy has a lot to do with our relationship to the past and, things that kind of sometimes feel heavy emotionally. And so, with Venus passing through here, you might be working through things like that. Home, family, ancestral stuff. And, it's supposed to be healing. It's supposed to be helping you move on, but it can still be hard during that time as well, especially because Venus starting out October is also going to be making a trine to Mars. Mars is still in Cancer and is going to be in Cancer for the entire month of October. And, Mars is passing through the 12th house of the Leo horoscope. Mars in the 12th house brings up issues around unresolved anger and trauma from the past. And this could be even past life trauma. It brings up issues around vulnerability, emotional reactivity. There can be things that come out in dreams that are really intense. This is also a really heavy time for people in recovery. So if you are an alcoholic or a drug addict and you feel extra triggered around your recovery, Venus trine Mars in the 4th and 12th house can be bringing up some issues around that. It's a really positive time to lean into recovery programs, self-help, therapy, spiritual practices. All of that is really supported, especially when it comes to healing family trauma or issues with more of the female relationships, because Venus included, but Venus is also not just female relationships. She also can have a relationship to just romantic relationships and people that we're connected to in that way. So there is an opportunity for healing and growth on a subconscious level during the month of October. Jupiter is still in Gemini, Saturn is still in Pisces, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn. If you are wanting a bigger breakdown on the outer planets and the social planets, I go through that through the October 2024 astrology forecast. I don't talk about that in the horoscope. It just takes too much time for each sign. Try to keep this short. Okay, so after talking about that, the next thing that we have that's a pretty big deal starting October out is on October 2nd, we had a solar eclipse at 10 degrees Libra. So this is happening for you around communication and how you perceive information. Solar eclipses are kind of like breakthrough opening of portal type energies. And so here we're starting a new cycle for how we communicate in relationship dynamics and how we approach harmonious, fair communication for Leo dominant people. After that, the next transit that we have is Jupiter stationing retrograde around the 10th. Jupiter is going to be retrograde until February, and Jupiter has been passing through the area of the horoscope for Leo that has to do with community. So the 11th house. And this, we might be kind of reviewing and reflecting on the people that we surround ourselves with and the organizations that we associate with. So this is an opportunity for you to reflect and review who your people are, who your social circles are. Maybe you feel inclined to want to be a part of your community in a different way or a new way, or even grow and evolve more in the way that you already have been, kind of interested in. So that's a big theme for you. After that, the next transit that we have, I kind of keep forgetting to talk about Pluto direct because I talk about it in the astrology forecast, but I guess in the horoscope, Pluto is stationing direct on the 12th at 29 degrees Capricorn, and then it'll be finishing its time in Capricorn for the last time in our lifetime. And the area that that's hitting for Leo, Pluto's been going through the 6th house. It's about to enter the 7th house again later on this year. The next transition that we feel on a major level is Mercury leaving Libra and entering Scorpio. So Mercury is going to enter that 4th house of home and family. And, it is an opportunity for us to communicate more around our emotional process and kind of how we're working through things in regard to home life and family life. Again, in Scorpio, there's a lot happening in the subconscious and, kind of the way that we're feeling things on a deeper level. After that, we're going to have a full moon on the 17th of October at 24 degrees Aries. This will be making a trine to Leo energy because fire likes fire. And the area of the chart that this is hitting for you is the 9th house, which is the house that rules long distance travel, studying abroad. It has to do with higher education, publishing, and also the law. And so anything that's on those themes is getting highlighted during October 17th. And it's also a full moon energy, and that has a lot to do with releasing and letting go. And it's going to be conjunct Chiron. So there's also an opportunity for healing anything around these themes, essentially. After that, our full moon, we have Venus leaving Scorpio around the 18th and entering the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius. And she's entering the 5th house, which is the house of creativity and self-expression. So if you've been feeling a little bit blocked creatively over the last couple of months, Venus entering your 5th house, which is the house that Leo traditionally rules, is going to boost all of your creative energy, your passion energy. Venus is going to be here for the rest of the month and into the first half of November. So this is a really good time if you have any creative projects that you're working on to really harness her energy here. And then on the 22nd, the sun is going to leave Libra and we're going to enter Scorpio season. And so the sun will be highlighting that 4th house and really bringing you into wanting to spend more time, maybe introspectively with home, family, that kind of thing. So the rest of October, you might be feeling a little bit more introverted, focused on art, creativity, passion projects, and, also, with Mars still in the 12th house, reflecting on hidden wounds, things like that. Mars is going to enter the 1st house for Leo in November. We're going to have Mars in Leo for almost all of November, and then it's going to be all of December because it stations retrograde in Leo. And then it's going to enter Cancer in January retrograde. And we're going to have Mars in Leo again in April. Yeah, Mars is doing a lot back and forth between Cancer and Leo over the rest of the year and into next year. So it's going to be teetering between this 12th 1st house axis for Leo quite a bit. So a lot of things around repressed anger, rage, trauma, and also identity and how we're trying to push forward and push a new identity forward is a big theme for Leo Sun and Leo Rising people right now. All right. I'm going to pull a card for us. We have a lot going on, and this is a deck that just came out by Mary De Lorenzo Woods that I am absolutely in love with. It's called the Rockstar Tarot deck, and every card is a different rock star. I was really fortunate to get to read tarot at the release event at Whiskey A Go Go, and I've just been so in love with these cards since then. So this is going to be our card, Leo. Three of Swords, and it's Amy Winehouse, which, this is not my favorite card to see for us, but it is really on brand with where Libra season is hitting in the horoscope. The Three of Swords is a card that has to do with heartbreak and betrayal and also conflict in communication. And so when we get the Three of Swords, we're usually asked, what is the conflict? What is the heartbreak? What is the betrayal that we're feeling? And what do we need to do to successfully confront that conflict and move through it and heal it in a positive way? I am kind of curious. I haven't done this with the other signs, but I am curious what Mary wrote for the Three of Swords, just because this is such a heavy card and she chose Amy Winehouse. I do really want to read what Mary wrote. So she says, Amy's voice is grief medicine, reaching up from the primal heart of the Divine Mother as old as time immemorial. Amy's aching takes emerge from deep wells of sorrow and manifests into a cathartic purge. Amy exorcised her ghost by singing incantations of grief. Though her life was evanescent, her awareness was deeply rooted. She moved energy through songwriting and imagined a healing collaboration with other artists. Personal suffering can result in exponential maturation of self if we get curious about new ways to move forward with strength, compassion, and expanded gaze. If Amy's tears have dried on your cards, grief is holding you in a sheath-like embrace. Betrayal, harsh criticism, or loss may be devouring you. Amy invites you to merge with the sorrow as it courses through your heart and communicate your woe in a healing way. Move the body into different shapes or write it all out into a song. The Three of Swords offers us the gift of non-duality as we grapple with the coexistence of grief and joy. Grief does not disappear, but it can revolutionize into something else and create new pathways to joy within us. Drop the needle on Back to Black. Observe Amy's ability to traverse through sorrow, joy, and humor and grace and ease all in one album. May her vulnerability inspire you to channel your own grief into something beautiful. It's going to make me cry because I really needed to hear that. And thank you, Mary, for creating such a cool deck that has already been so poignant in my life since it came through. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave you there. If you liked this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe to get notified on when I post these. I try to get these out by the first week of the month, but life happens and I'm not perfect. But I appreciate everybody who shows up and supports me and watches these videos. You can find me at theladyofleosure.com and thesobercurator.com. And I wish you all a happy entry into fall.